Hello, my friends. Where are we? Can you hear me? Let's just check. Let's just check the audio. Check. Yeah, awesome. So, hello, my friends. How are you? I hope you're having an awesome day. There we go. I'm actually double streaming today. Here we go. So, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. This is the Back to Me podcast. And this is where I like to jump in once a week and give you my thoughts and hopefully help you with something that you're struggling with in my ideal world. And this week, I was thinking about sometimes we get this idea in our head, and maybe it's just me, but sometimes we get this thought in our head that we're going to do something and we've decided this is how it's going to happen. So we've decided this is the way this is going to happen. And sometimes we fight and we fight and we fight. And it's like, I use the metaphor of, are you pushing the wrong rock? And I was thinking about this because sometimes in some aspects of my business, my coaching business, even some of my other businesses, those of you who know me know that I actually have a few businesses that I run. But I was thinking about sometimes in my coaching business, I feel like there's a goal that I'm trying to reach. And it's a struggle. Why aren't I making any headway? And you've probably heard if you keep approaching problems in the same way, you're always going to get the same results. But sometimes I don't think we see that we're doing that. It's like we can't get outside of ourselves to see that's what we're doing. We think that we have found the approach that we need to use. And sometimes it's a habit. And I've encountered people who've said, well, that's the way we've always done it. And they don't hear that. It's like you need a fresh set of eyes to help you see, oh my gosh, I am doing things the same way as I always have done. And it's a habit. Or sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, 100% guilty of this. I will find someone who has an approach that they're using that works really well for them. And they've got success. So if they've gotten success for this, our mind says, okay, if they've gotten success from this, well, then it must be the way it should be done, the way it should be done. And so you might try to do it and not get the success that they're getting. And you might get frustrated. I get frustrated. And you might think, well, I'm doing it wrong. So you'll try harder. You'll work harder at it. And you still won't get their success. But here's what I'm starting to come to understand. So there are as many ways to approach things that you want in your life as there are people on the planet. And there'll be a lot of similarities. So there'll be a lot of similarities in how people approach things. I mean, I teach courses, I teach classes, and I've taken lots of classes on, getting from here to there, achieving your goals, solving problems. But sometimes I feel like what is better to happen is to take in that information, to critically examine it, understand it. Don't just do it because someone said to do it. Understand what the intention is of those steps or that approach to something that you're working on, and then hold it up against what feels. And this is going to ask you to go into a little bit of an instinct. Does it feel like it is aligned with how you operate in the world? How you want to be in the world, how you want to run your business. I find that many of us, if we weren't born into a family of entrepreneurs, or we are new at being an entrepreneur or a little inexperienced. I mean, I worked in the corporate world. I've worked for other people. I worked for other people initially for a very long time. And switching over to, I'm just using this as an example because this could apply to personal goals as well. Switching over into being an entrepreneur or owning your own business takes a shift in how you operate. It asks you to take responsibility for all of the decisions because you don't have someone telling you how to operate. And I don't love this term, but I've heard my nieces use the term adulting. So if you, this is how it could relate to your personal life. If you have a goal, no one is going to tell you what to do with your life or how you, well, they might. I should take that back. But you should be the person, no shoulds, don't should all over yourself, Heather. You ideally would be the person to decide where you want your life to go, how you want to live your life, how you want to, if you have a profession, if you have a job. Yes, you have a boss who's going to ask you to do things and hold you accountable, and you will do things, but do things that feel like you can be your authentic self, hopefully, in those roles. If you own your own business, take all of the courses that you need to take, get the training that you need, get the understanding that you need on the hows and the whys, but don't just take them at face value, right? Evaluate them critically and see if the puzzle piece fits into how you want to be. And maybe only parts of it will fit. I've taken lots of courses where I've taken one piece out of it, but that's okay because that one piece was valuable. It's not like you have to do everything step by step by step the way someone else has done it because it may not be your way. And even in fitness, in wellness, you know, when I look at wellness, I've mentioned this before, I look at multiple facets. I do look at the physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, whatever that means for you, professional, financial, and relationships. And you might get people who come and think they've got to, for finance or for physical is an easy example, you know, do this exercise like this, like this, like this. Here's a before and after picture. This is how many people succeeded at this. So this is the way to do it. And this is how you will find your way to wellness. But what if that's not your way? What if I read an example recently where they said, what if you've been running marathons your whole life, but really you were designed to do yoga? Two very different aspects. So, I found this example striking probably because I used to run marathons and it was always a struggle and it was always so hard. And I never seemed to get any better at it. I just struggled until one day I crossed the finish line at a marathon and I said, I'm done. I'm finished. It's over. I don't want to do this anymore. But when I found yoga, yeah, it wasn't easy. I'm not saying that, you know, the angels sang or anything, but it felt like the right thing. It felt like the right thing for me. So 18 years later, I've been teaching yoga for 18 years. I mean, I've been practicing for longer, but I've been teaching yoga for 18 years because it felt like the place I needed to be and the place that was right for me. So rounding back to, are you pushing the right rock? Are you getting the results in whatever aspect of your life, whatever the aspect of your life that you think you would like something different? And you've been trying an approach and it's not working. And you've given it enough time. I mean, things do take time, right? You've given it enough time to get some experience with it, figure out if it's working or not. Are you getting any momentum? Is there any movement at all? Are you pushing this rock uphill nonstop? If none of it is working and you've given it the college try, as they say, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to take a lesson from it. It's okay to change a direction. It's okay to take pieces from it and say, well, I like these pieces, but these pieces aren't working for me. So I'm going to change and I'm going to try a different direction that feels more like what I need to do for me. And then give that time. I mean, there's no failure in life, right? There is no failure. There are only lessons. We don't get things instantly most of the time. Sometimes, every now and then, a bolt of lightning comes down and you're like, the angels do sing and everything works out instantly and fabulously. But most of the time, it's like trial, that worked. I'll take that piece. That didn't work. I'll put that away. Next test, that piece worked. That piece didn't work. I'll put that away. And then finding our forward movement that way. So, my friend, today, think about this. Are you pushing the right rock? Are you even pushing a rock? when I have my coaching clients, I am the creator of the program called Back to Me to help women specifically find the balance of those 6 aspects of wellness. And the first exercise we do is we grade each of those areas on a scale of 1 to 10. If they're all 10, then you're fabulous. And I don't know how you got there. I don't know anybody that's perfect. But there's usually one area that needs a little tweaking. So then if you don't know what area to work on, have a contemplation. If you need some help, you can always contact me. I'd love to give you a hand and, have a conversation. But don't try to work on too many things at once, right? Try to work on one thing at a time. And test. Think of it as an experiment. I'm going to test this way to try this. I'm going to test this way to try this. And take a little bit of the pressure off yourself. But also don't feel like you have to do it exactly like everyone else, because you are not like everyone else. And that is a beautiful thing. My friends, this is Heather, Prosperity Flow Coaching. This is the Back to Me podcast. You can find it on Apple and Spotify and Google, by the way, if you're looking for it. DM me if you want to have a conversation. DM me if you want to continue the conversation, or if you just want to chat. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, my friends. I will see you again next week.